In this video, I tell you to rip out your back seats. Good morning and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about how to make your GTI a little bit sharper, a little bit rawer and a little bit more engaging. Now there's no doubt in my mind that what the GTI does better than any other car in this segment for this price is combine both performance and refinement. But what if you wanted a little bit more? What if you wanted your GTI to be that little bit more sharp and raw and engaging? Well, I've got you covered. Or really, Volkswagen does too. Because Volkswagen have already created the sharpest and most focused GTI ever. I'm talking, of course, about the Club Sport S. Now, the Club Sport S was produced in limited numbers, about 400 only, and predominantly in Europe. So the ability for you or I to actually go out and buy one is extremely limited. But apart from the Audi TTRS spec engine, all the other parts in the Club Sport S are readily available for purchase. Yes, you can just go and purchase them from Volkswagen or from your online parts retailer. So I'm going to hook you up with those part numbers down below. Let's get to it. Now, the first two I'm going to give you actually won't cost you a cent. The first one here is the hood lining. Hood insulation. You'll notice I don't have any because I've taken it out. Why did I take it out? To save 5 grams? No. I've removed the sound insulation to hear more engine noise. The Club Sport S doesn't actually come with this fitted, and it's really easy to remove. It's only a couple of clips, it takes you about 30 seconds. So by removing it, what it actually does, it allows you to hear a little bit more engine noise. You get to hear the spool a little bit, and you get to hear a bit of the blow-off valve. So it's free, doesn't cost you a cent. Really easy to do. First Club Sport S mod, done. Second freebie is the back seats. The Club Sport S is a 2-seater and has the back seats and most of the stuff here in the boot all removed. Now this is both to save weight, so well over 30 kilograms from removing the back seat, but also again it's sound insulation. By removing the back seats, and hey, if you want to go hardcore, spare tire, tools, and the cover here, your car will sound a lot more rawer. You'll definitely hear the exhaust a lot more. Again, free mod, go for it. So how about you've removed the back seats, but you still want a little bit more sound? Well, Club Sport S exhaust, very similar to the one I have here. The Club Sport S exhaust is a much freer flowing unit than that found on the regular GTI. And it bolts straight up. Seriously, it even has a line on the factory exhaust for where to cut it, and you just fit it up. You can actually do it yourself. Really, really easy and not that expensive. Cheaper than a catback. Highly recommended. So what I've talked about so far has more been about how to get a bit more of an auditory experience out of your GTI, so to get a little bit more sound out of the experience. But how do we actually get the GTI itself to be a little bit sharper and a little bit more engaging? The best way to do that, I think, is to fit Club Sport S bushes. Now the Club Sport S has a couple of different bushes in the front end and in the rear that are stiffer than the factory units. So it has lower control arm bushes, engine mount, transmission mount, dog bone or pendulum mount, depending on how you say it, as well as some stiffer mounts in the rear. My advice is forget about the one in the rear and focus about the ones in the front. So lower control arm bushes, definitely, engine, transmission and dog bone. I'm going to give you the part numbers to these down below. They aren't expensive, they're actually cheaper than aftermarket units that you might be looking to replace, and it retains that OEM quality. I'm actually in the process of fitting the Club Sport S lower control arms to this car at this stage. I'm going to do a future video on it, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching the video. Please like and subscribe. Tell me down in the comments what makes a car more raw and engaging for you. And as always, have fun in your car and keep it on the black stuff.
Yeah, yeah, oh, oh, oh.